You know, because for more than 3 years now, this insurgency has been ongoing. Almost 2,700 people lost their lives. And it took for this attack where they targeted expats for the world to really take notice of what is happening there.
Mozambique is under attack. The town of Pemba in Cabo Delgado province in the north of the country recently witnessed an Islamist uprising. Joining us to discuss this is Willem Els of the Institute of Security Studies. Willem, welcome to the CRA channel. Could you tell our viewers what exactly is happening in Pemba? How have we gotten to this point?
Hello, David. Thank you. Yes, we saw that a few days ago. There was an attack by a group called Al-Suna, but we also know that they swore allegiance with ISIS, and they are basically operating with an insurgency in the northeastern corner of Cabo Delgado province, there where the majority of the gas fields are that have been discovered in 2010. So the town of Palma is situated about 25 kilometers from the Afungi Peninsula, where Total is busy constructing their refinery. The majority of the foreign workers that are being contracted by them actually live in Palma, and alongside with about 68,000 people that live in the town. So it's a fairly big town according to their standards in that area. And it has, for the past 3 years since the insurgency started, it has escaped these attacks. It was actually the first time that the expats and the Total sort of interest have been come under attack. So we saw that they swore allegiance towards the middle of 2019 with ISIS, and ever since we saw how they stepped up their game. They become much more professional. They seem to be much more well trained. They are much more well equipped in what they do, and also their strategies and how they perpetrated and planned the attack is really on a next level. So we could see that they really outsmarted the military contingent that was protecting Palma. They caught them off guard with some attacks that they did on a small little town adjacent to Palma. All of them responded to this town, and then they attacked it from the two other flanks. And what happened was they went into the town and they started to kill. It seems that they had the addresses of all the people that they wanted to attack and kill and take out. They attacked all those houses first, and then they descended on the two hotels where the expats actually gathered for safety. They continued to attack these hotels, and we see that the private military group or company that is operating in the area called DAG, they're actually busy winding down because it's the end of their project. So they did not have a lot of chopper fuel. They also didn't have a lot of ammunition, but they still intervened. They provided some air support, and they kept the insurgents at bay. And quite a few of these expats managed to escape. But around about 200 of them were still trapped there when they were surrounded. And then at the end of the day, they tried to do an escape. 17 vehicles convoy tried to escape, and they came under attack in an ambush. 7 of the vehicles did make it through, the other 10 not. And in that convoy, also several people got killed, among them one South African. And in the aftermath, a lot of people were rescued, and the insurgents actually overran the town. The military fled, and we know that they are regrouping, and they are currently planning an offensive to retake the town.
Willem, that's very concerning. What are the risks to the rest of the region, and particularly South Africa? Could we see this violence spilling over into other parts of the SADC region?
David, what started off as a fairly local insurgency and local grievances quickly escalated, and it became a regional challenge. We saw that the people that were arrested in the first batch of major arrests that they did with these people, many of them were from Somalia, many from Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC, and a lot of them from Tanzania. And we also have knowledge of some South Africans, among them one of the South Africans that were actually arrested along with the Tulsi twins that skipped the fence, and him along with quite a few of them are fighting there at the moment. Your challenge there is, apart from that, it's a regional challenge. It's affecting not only the stability in the region, but also the economy in the region because of the postponement of the huge infusion with the proceeds of the gas that will be pumped there. Apart from that, we saw that with Iraq and Iran in the aftermath of what happened there, a lot of those foreign trained fighters that did fight there, they returned to their countries. And what happened in France and what happened in Belgium and also in the Netherlands speaks for itself. So there is a possibility that some of these people might return, and then they might not just come with peaceful means. So there is a real threat for South Africa. We don't say that we have now to fear and we go into a frenzy, but we have to prepare for that.
If you're enjoying this content, click here for a 30-day free trial of the Center for Risk Analysis to access exclusive client webinars and reports.
Willem, what has been the response at the official level from governments in the SADC group of nations? Are they taking this threat seriously enough?
David, thank you for that. You know, because for more than 3 years now, this insurgency has been ongoing. Almost 2,700 people lost their lives there. And it took for this attack where they targeted expats for the world to really take notice of what is happening there. So in that sense, maybe it's high time that the world take notice, because at the end of the day, Mozambique, as one of the poorest countries in the Southern Hemisphere, do not really have the means to effectively counter this offensive. We also see that for some reason, President Nyusi and his government is very adamant that they are a sovereign country and they are protecting that vehemently. SADC and South Africa, as one of the lead members of SADC, cannot just move in and send their troops unilaterally into a foreign country that's a sovereign country. So they will have to have requests, and Mozambique will have to facilitate that the SADC forces as well as South Africa can go and help. But that is only one part of the story. We see that a strong military response towards insurgencies like this has never worked in Africa. It never managed to solve the situation. SADC will have to come up with Mozambique with a more holistic solution where they address all the root causes of this insurgency, including the socioeconomic challenges that they have. We see that some of the major challenges that they have there is the lack of service delivery. They feel completely marginalized, but also endemic corruption from government side.
Thank you for sharing your analysis with us, Willem. We'll certainly be monitoring developments in northern Mozambique very closely. My name is David Ansara. This is the Center for Risk Analysis. Please leave your thoughts below. What do you think is driving the violence in northern Mozambique, and can it be stopped?